Dear students, today we will solve one example of vertical balance sheet in chapter Structure of Balance Sheet for class first year BCom semester 1 Veer Narmad South Gujarat University. Here is the question. From the following trial balance of Chandni Limited as on 31st March 2018, prepare balance sheet as per Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Debit balance amount, credit balance amount. Machinery, goodwill, investment in subsidiary company, profit and loss account, bank balance, stock of finished goods, bills receivable, preliminary expenses, underwriting commission, lease assets, debtors. Whereas credit balance we have share capital, staff provident fund, capital redemption reserve, general reserve, public deposits, creditors, bills payable, short-term loan from SBI and uncalled dividend. From this trial balance, we have to prepare a vertical balance sheet as per Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. My dear students, here the financial data are classified into debit balance and credit balance. So it becomes very easy for us to identify the items on asset side and that on equity and liability side. So very first we will segregate the financial data of question into various main headings and subheadings. First of all, machinery. On debit balance, machinery will be recorded on asset side as a fixed assets tangible. Goodwill will be recorded on asset side as a fixed assets intangible. Investment in subsidiary company. Dear children, this is our long-term investment and it will be recorded on asset side as a non-current investments. Profit and loss account debit balance, it means it is a loss, negative balance, will be recorded in balance sheet on equity and liability side under the head reserve and surplus as a deduction. I repeat, as a deduction because it is a debit balance. Then we are given bank balance will be recorded in balance sheet under current asset under subhead cash and cash equivalents. Stock of finished goods will be recorded under current asset as an inventories. Bills receivable will be recorded under current assets as a trade receivables. Preliminary expenses. Preliminary expenses will be recorded in balance sheet on equity and liability side under the head reserve and surplus as a deduction. Preliminary expense is our unamortized fictitious assets, and as per accounting standard 26, while preparing balance sheet, preliminary expenses unamortized will be deducted from the total of reserve and surplus. Underwriting commission. Underwriting commission will be recorded under asset as an other non-current assets. Lease assets will be recorded on asset side under fixed assets tangible. Then we are given debtors. Debtors will be recorded on asset side under current assets as a trade receivables. Now the credit balance. Share capital will be recorded in balance sheet as equity and liabilities under shareholders fund as a share capital. Staff provident fund will be recorded on equity and liability side under non-current liabilities as a long-term provisions. Capital redemption reserve will be recorded on equity and liability side under the head shareholders fund and subhead reserve and surplus. Same way, general reserve will be recorded under reserve and surplus. Public deposits will be recorded on equity and liability side under long-term borrowings. Creditors will be recorded on equity and liability side under current liabilities as a trade payables. Bills payable will be recorded as a trade payables under current liabilities. Short-term loan from SBI will be recorded under current liabilities as a short-term borrowings. And last, uncalled dividend, we can call it as an unclaimed dividend, also will be recorded on equity and liability side under the head other current liabilities. After understanding the headings and subheadings of trial balance item, we will now prepare a vertical balance sheet. My dear students, in this particular example, I have ignored preparation of notes to balance sheet because normally when more than one item belongs to one particular head, we prepare notes. Otherwise, we can directly put financial items into balance sheet. So here we are going to prepare vertical balance sheet from these data directly. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2018. The first part of balance sheet is equity and liabilities. Under equity and liabilities, the first item is shareholders fund. Under shareholders fund, first subhead A, share capital, and we have equity share capital of rupees 41,30,000. Then second head is reserve and surplus. We have capital redemption reserve rupees 4,40,000, general reserve rupees 3,80,000. So total reserve 8,20,000. From this total, we will deduct profit and loss account debit balance as we have discussed 1,40,000 and preliminary expenses as per accounting standard 26 78,000. So finally our total reserve and surplus amount to rupees 6,02,000. Now number 2 is non-current liabilities, in which we have first head long-term borrowings, where we have a public deposits of rupees 18 lakh. Now second B subhead is long-term provisions, and in which we have staff provident fund amount rupees 16 lakh. Then third is current liabilities. Under current liabilities, we have subhead A, short-term borrowings, in which we have loan from State Bank of India, rupees 3,56,000. Then B subhead is trade payables, in which we have creditors of rupees 4 lakh and bills payable of rupees 20,000. And last C subhead is other current liabilities. Under this subhead, we have uncalled dividend of rupees 12,000. And finally, our equity and liabilities total amount to rupees 89,20,000. Now, the second part of balance sheet, vertical balance sheet, is assets, in which first is non-current assets. Under non-current assets, the first subhead is fixed assets tangible, in which we have leasehold assets worth rupees 32 lakhs and plant and machinery worth rupees 18 lakh. So total fixed tangible assets amount to rupees 50 lakh. Second is intangible fixed assets, in which we have only one item, that is goodwill, amount rupees 6 lakh. The second subhead is non-current investment. In this subhead, we have investment in subsidiary company, that is rupees 23 lakh. My dear students, here you try to understand the meaning of subsidiary company. When one company acquires the voting rights shares, normally equity shares, 51% or more in the other company, so in that case, that other company is known as subsidiary company of the shares buying company. Okay, So here we have made investment in a subsidiary company. So it is our non-current investment, that is a long-term investment worth rupees 23 lakh. C is other non-current assets. In other non-current assets, we have one item, underwriting commission, rupees 90,000. Second part of asset side is current assets, and first subhead is inventories. In inventories, we have stock of finished goods, rupees 2,40,000. Then second subhead is trade receivables, in which we have debtors of rupees 4 lakh, bills receivables rupees 80,000, and total rupees 4,80,000. And last subhead under current asset is cash and cash equivalents, in which we have bank balance, that is rupees 2,10,000. And finally, the total of asset side amount to rupees 89,20,000, and our vertical balance sheet gets tallied. That's all. My dear students, here I am giving one more example for your personal practice for university exams. Here is the question. From the following assets and liabilities of Henny Limited as on 31st March 2017, prepare balance sheet as per Schedule 3 Part 1 of the Companies Act 2013. Particulars on debit left hand side, equity share capital of rupees 10 each, machineries, license and franchisees, traders, staff welfare fund, bills receivables, 9% debentures, capital redemption fund, general reserve, cash credit, uncalled dividend, gratuity, prepaid insurance, profit and loss account debit balance, 11% preference share capital, land and building, share forfeited account, share profit and loss account debit balance rupees 12,001, 11% preference share capital rupees 11 lakh, land and building rupees 27,95,000, share forfeited account rupees 65,000, mutual fund short term 11,11,000, closing stock 6,22,999, bills payable, customers, loose tools, office equipments, provision for taxation, loans to employees, proposed dividend, and calls in arrears. Dear students, this particular example is from Veer Narmad South Gujarat University, first year BCom, semester 1 examination, November 2017. Now, most of the items in trial balance or data are familiar, but I will make a clarification of few items which are new as per my consideration. Okay, so first is license and franchises. Dear students, license and franchises are nothing but our intangible assets, and it will be recorded in balance sheet on asset side under the head non-current assets, fixed assets, intangible. Then we are given traders. Traders means suppliers. Suppliers means creditors. So creditors will be recorded in balance sheet on equity and liability side under current liabilities as a trade payables. Next item, staff welfare fund. It is familiar, but then too, this is our long-term provision for staff welfare. So it will be recorded in balance sheet on equity and liability side under non-current liabilities, and that is long-term provisions. Then there is a cash credit. Cash credit rupees 2,56,000 will be recorded as a current liabilities under short-term borrowings. Then uncalled dividend will be recorded as a current liabilities, other current liabilities. Gratuity will be recorded as a long-term provision on equity and liability side. Now, profit and loss account debit balance will be deducted from reserve and surplus. Yes, share forfeited account. My dear students, this is somehow new point. Share forfeited account will be recorded in balance sheet under equity and liabilities under the note share capital, and share forfeiture account will be added to share capital amount. Mutual fund is our investment. In previous example nothing was mentioned, so we consider mutual fund investment as a long term investment, but here it is specifically mentioned that mutual fund is for short term, so it will be recorded as a current investment or a short term investment and balance it on asset side under the head current assets. Calls in arrears will be recorded in balance sheet on equity and liability side under the note for share capital, and it will be recorded as a deduction from share capital. So in share capital note we will consider equity share capital plus preference share capital plus share forfeiture account minus calls in arrears account as per our discussion in theory. And finally, if you will tally your balance sheet, it will be with 99,99,999 rupees. Dear students, thank you very much for watching this video lecture. Very soon we will meet with another example of vertical balance sheet